Hello and welcome to Bold Decisions, my company which offers life coaching, soul coaching, spirituality, and twin flame coaching. Today I'm just going to introduce myself briefly. I'm Elaine. I live in Wiltshire with my doggies and my horses. I have quite a high-powered corporate career, which I still absolutely love and enjoy and embrace, and that keeps me really busy. But I also qualified as a neuro-linguistic programmer back in 2014, along with hypnotherapy. And I've been doing a little bit of that on the side of my main career. However, now I really want to step up and offer more and more to people. It's becoming more and more accessible to offer these coaching services both online and in person. So really that's where Bold Decisions came from. You may be able to see some pictures in the background there. That is Bold Decision. So he's the one that came up with this name, one of my beautiful, beautiful horses who I evented internationally for many years. And yeah, his name, it just felt right for this coaching service. And what I want to do really is, I went through a little bit of a bad patch in 2020, and what it really taught me was, and through that bad patch, I really had to dig deep and find myself. And I was so lucky that I met people who could put me onto the spiritual journey. Now this might sound like some weirdness, because when people sort of said, you know, the spiritual journey is the right path, I was like, whoa, I'm not that sort of a person. What do you mean? You know, I enjoy the fruits of my labour. I enjoy my creature comforts. I have no issue with money. So yeah, it was a really interesting exploration, and I soon realised that spirituality is just simply a way of living. It's a way of getting out of the mind. In our society, I think we quite often call it mindfulness. And it really all then began to make sense, because in 2014 I qualified as a neuro-linguistic programmer for life coaching and hypnotherapy. And I've been doing a lot of hypnotherapy since 2014, helping people with, I don't know, stopping smoking, controlling their eating habits and things like that. And a little bit of sports psychology as well. So anchoring in for sports performance and things with my NLP. But I never really took it to the next level. And it's only when I came across spirituality that I realised that I was missing the key ingredient to my NLP, and that was the spiritual side. Because the spiritual side of the journey is just absolutely beautiful. It is all about recognising that the voice inside your head is just that. It is a voice inside your head. It is not you. You sit behind that voice in your head. You are higher than that voice in your head. You are soul, you are source. And really the true path of spirituality is just getting out of the mind. It does involve the process of ego death, so getting out of that egoic consciousness, and just literally trusting and surrendering. So one of the biggest words that you will hear with me when I talk to you is about surrender. Surrender isn't about giving up, it's about completely the opposite. It is about surrendering to everything that life has to offer. Because if we look at everything in the stark light of day, we can control virtually nothing in our life. You know, if you really look hard and think about it, 99.999% of things that happen to us, they happen for us, I always say, but they are outside of our control. And that's what surrender is about. It's just saying, that happened, and let it go, or accept it. Do something with it, but don't fight it. There is no point in fighting what we can't control. So that's really the basis of my work. There's nothing weird about it. You know, you can see behind me I don't have any sort of crystals or mandalas or anything like that. I mean, yes, absolutely, I meditate. I've got some beautiful meditation beads, and I use meditation a lot. But it's not the meditation that you may think of. For me, meditation is just simply about being present. being in the very, very present moment, being here right now. So, when I hold these beads, I'm feeling the holding of the beads. I haven't got my mind going off going, oh, I must do that, or oh, I must do that. So when I'm talking to you here now, I haven't got anything written down. I'm just talking from the heart, from the soul, and just absolutely being within the present moment. And that is absolutely the crux of the story. My two absolute gurus in this world are Michael Singer, and he wrote The Surrender Experiment, The Untethered Soul, and then the other one that probably most people have heard of is Eckhart Tolle and The Power of Now. But I think really it was Michael Singer that really took me on that journey. He still describes himself as just a yogi in the woods, yet he's one of the most successful businessmen in America. He created WebMD, he created huge multi-giant corporates, and yet he never lost who he is. And he just surrendered to everything that came in and everything that happened. And with that came great success. And I have to say that every time I surrendered to just what is, things just fall into place. In the spiritual world, we say there is no such thing as coincidences. It is all divinely timed. But I don't want to scare you with any of this spiritual talk, because we can absolutely go down the NLP route, go down everything scientifically based. Although more and more now spirituality has been proven to be highly scientific based as well. And again, Michael Singer's latest book really goes into an awful lot about the basis of the actual neurons, the protons, the electrons, talking about supernova stars, how the earth was created and things. And it is really fascinating, because I think it just puts another spin onto where I'm coming from. So that's really where we are. And I embrace there's some beautiful books about mind. I am an NLP practitioner, so it makes sense that I understand how all the neurons and all the signals work in our brains, how our minds work, how our minds associate to things. And it really is true. What you think, you become. What you think, you get. So let's make those thought processes into something that we actually are to our advantage. And I'm not talking about always being positive, but I'm just saying just live in the now and just surrender. So I really hope that you enjoyed this little bit about me and a little bit about bold decisions up there. And I I absolutely welcome working with absolutely any of you. You may be feeling like, oh, is this it? Is this as much as it gets? Is this as good as it gets? There must be more to this world. I think a lot of people find what I found through darkness, but also through that sort of, dare I call it, the midlife crisis stage of like, is this it? I've worked my life, I've got everything I ever dreamed of, I've got everything around me I want, but nothing's changed. Well, with my help, I'd like to think that we can change that, and we can see something for the better. And actually, it's only tiny little changes that make all the difference. My life actually day to day has barely changed since 2020, when I went through what we call the dark night of the soul. I still got up and I do the same job, I have the same things around me, I live in the same house, yet everything has changed here. And everything has changed here. I've learned how to love myself unconditionally, love everything around me unconditionally, and that is that's the key. So check out my website. It's all up in the bio in the YouTube. I'm still getting used to all of these channels and things like this. So this is my first video posting, but hopefully it introduces you a little bit, and I'll be doing lots more. And yeah, check it all out. I've got a website, I've got Instagram, Facebook, so Bold Decisions. My Instagram is Bold Decision Discovering You. Bolddecisions.co.uk is my website, and Bold Decisions is my Facebook. So yeah, and of course this channel as well. So I really look forward to hearing from anybody, and love and blessings.